Okay, so today is Java 2 Lesson 3, and today we're going to be learning about user input, which is a very important part of Java. So user input starters, so there's some things that you have to do before you actually do anything with user input, and they're like setting up steps, just like how you have to download Java for next class, that is. And so just a definition first. User input, it's where you take an answer from a user during a program. It should be an user, but whatever. So things you have to add to your program to do into user input. First, you have to do import java.util.scanner. And that is to the very beginning of the program. And I have like a screenshot of a program to show you like where you're supposed to put it. So don't worry for now if you don't understand what I'm talking about. Second thing you have to do is something like this, which is scanner input equals new scanner, and then in parentheses system.in. So what this does, it creates a scanner that is what you'll use to collect user input. So you put this in between the second pair brackets, and which is also called the main method. Like, get used to me like calling it main method, since you'll be hearing it a lot in Java 3 and beyond. And just a note, input right here is a variable name, so you can change it to whatever you want. Again, the screenshot. So what your program should look like is something like this. So notice that the import java.util.scanner, it goes up here. So even in front of the public class, it should go right above it. So there's a lot of things you could import, which is this keyword here. Importing is kind of like when you're taking something out of since Java has a lot of stuff that you can use, just like regular data types and stuff like that. So, but you have to specifically say you want to use that. So that's why you have to import them. And any importing you have to do, since there's a lot of stuff you could import, any importing you can you want to do, you have to do it above here. So above like the public class stuff. So notice that the importing is right here, and then the scanner input goes right between here. So this is the main method, and this is the public class. So just keep that in mind. Ways to accept user input. So there's it's not all the same. So you have there's different commands to accept different data types. And so there's 4 for now. So you can see the first one, to accept an integer, you do input.nextInt and the parentheses. So notice that the input here is whatever your scanner name is. So put whatever your scanner name is here, and then .nextInt to accept an integer. To accept the double, input.nextDouble. To accept the word or string without spaces. In this case, a word means string without spaces. So input.next would be how you do it. And to accept a line of words, you do input.nextLine. And the meaning of line is like a string with spaces. Again, input is whatever your scanner name is. And to type an answer, type what you want to enter in like the terminal part of whatever you're using, so that either like a Java application or JDoodle. So to type an answer, just type whatever you want to enter in the terminal. So like the big black box in JDoodle, or whatever's on the bottom of your page, basically, and hit return or enter depending on your keyword. And then it will like take the input in. So just as an example, you can see here. So you can see that in print statements, I have like input.nextInt and input.next. So if the user inputs 6 and hello without the quotes, so like when you're entering strings, you don't have to enter like the quotation marks, just hello without any quotation marks. And that would work. That would output 6 and then hello. And take note that so for example, once you enter 6 for the next int, it's gonna automatically print 6 out after it, without waiting for any without waiting for this one. So basically, as soon as you enter this one, it's gonna print it out, and then it goes on to the next one, and then you enter hello, and then it's gonna print hello out after it. So I'm gonna add it to the example later, just to make it clear. Some notes about user input. So first, you have to enter your answers in the same order as you code them, or else you'll get an exception. So the exception you'll get is called input mismatch exception, which occurs when the scanner receives the wrong data type. And yeah, just keep in mind that this is another type of exception that I'm telling you, I'm like teaching you, so that just make sure you remember this one, since you can also use this one in like the try and catch block, for example. And like throwing exceptions, you can also use this one. Second one, when you type words for your answers, it doesn't have to be in quotes, like I said. Don't use input.next line after you use any of the other user input methods. And last one, it's good to print a sentence before you ask the user something so that the user knows what type of thing to enter, but it's not required. So that's because when Java encounters like a user input, then it stops and it doesn't say anything. Like it just keeps, it looks like it's loading, but it's not actually like, it's like waiting for you to put something in. So even it kind of looks like it's gonna crash or like it's not functioning well, but it's actually just waiting for you to enter something. So that's why it's good to print out a sentence so that the user knows that, oh, it's waiting for me to say something, and it's still functioning correctly. It's good to do that, but it's not required, and I usually don't do it because I want to save time, since it wastes a lot of time when you're like typing out print statements before everything. So, but it's good to do it if you're gonna ask somebody who doesn't know code to look at your program. And yeah, that would be it for today then. So, well, the lesson for today. And so I'll be showing the class problems soon. Okay, so these are the problems for today, and just make sure you do them. And I know the numbers are weird, but like, just go with it. So just make sure to do them to practice the concepts that we learned today. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can put them down in the comments below. But otherwise, that would be it for today's lesson.